Viking Preparedness. I'm Pastor Joe Fox. Check it out. Hey Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. I think that's one of those Mandela effect things. Hey, I'm driving through Utah, and some thoughts occur that I thought I'd kind of kick out and share with y'all. But before I get started, I just want to let you know something my mom used to say: if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. This is not going to turn into a bash fest. Wow, that's beautiful. Okay? This is not going to turn into a bashing of Mormonism or Mormons, because that's sort of what I want to talk about, and that is this. I'm in the Intermountain West, right? Utah, and this area has a lot of Mormons. Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, LDS, right? And they have some things to teach you, us, those of us who aren't Mormons. And that's what I want to focus on, those things, not Mormonism. So don't turn it into a Mormon bashing, or I'll delete the comments, all right? That's not what this video is about. So, I guess the first thing, and I've just been thinking about these things while I drive, I'm going to show you some pictures. The first thing is that as a church, as a denomination, they are really into preparedness. There's a rule, and hey, it's like any other church. We have our ways, and people in the church follow them to one degree or another, or don't. But generally speaking, and I think I'm right here, Mormons, Latter-day Saints, are supposed to have a year's supply of food, excuse me, and stuff, at their house, to take care of things, to be ready for emergencies. And so that's a good thing. Everybody should have a good supply of food and medicines and, whatever you need to see you through emergencies. I mean, come on, this channel's Viking Preparedness. We're into that. You should be into that if you're watching it. And so as a church, that's one of the things they preach. Hey, y'all need to have a year's supply of food. I think that's cool. Another thing is that, and again, this is old information. I haven't spoken with any Mormons that I know of for a while. But they used to, like on Mondays, have this thing called Family Home Evening. And the whole family would stay home and do some kind of activity and, read their Bible or whatever also, but they would like play games and stuff. And, wow, what a concept, being home with your family. Families are the basic building block of society. And so if the family falls apart or breaks down, society falls apart and breaks down. Just witness our inner cities, right? We have all kinds of broken families in there, and then what happens? Gangs step in and take the place of daddy. That's not right. That's not supposed to happen. More pictures for you. And so they're very family oriented. They're not only, recommending, suggesting, whatever word you want to use, that families have a year's supply of food and stuff, but also they're family oriented, and they help support and help develop strong families. So that's a good thing. Another thing, a lot of Mormons not only live in Utah, but live in like the Intermountain West or whatever this area, Idaho, Nevada, Wyoming, Montana. They move there. It's not like it's their land until they buy it. They just all decided, hey, let's up and live here. That's a pretty cool thing, moving to be near people who are like you, people who believe what you believe, people who see things like you see them. Go live near those people. And then that everyone's kind of coming at a problem from the same angle. That's good to know, and that's good to have. And so that's an interesting, and it's an interesting thing to think about for concept. I think Rawls, was it Rawls, had this idea of man, what did he call it? It's not the fortress. Some of you all know. Moving up to, like, Washington, Idaho, up in that area, preppers. And I believe he added also the caveat, believers, believers in God. Something like that. Hey, let's all just move there, and then we'll kind of saturate the area. That kind of thing is happening in the Ozarks. There's a lot of believers who are into preparedness that have moved into the Ozarks. So I think that's a neat thing. Another thing is the church is very organized. They can get information, and it's a big spread out. I mean, it's a worldwide denomination, right? They can get information shot from the top to the bottom very quickly, but they can also get information from the bottom to the top very quickly because they've set it up in a hierarchical structure that works, quite frankly, and it'll work even better when times get tight. A few wards, and a ward is kind of like a regular church. If you think of a congregation, that's kind of like a ward. Many wards have plans for emergencies for their congregation, where it's like, all right, we're going to check on everybody, make sure everybody's okay. We're going to check on Mrs. Johnson because she lost her husband 2 years ago and she's old and feeble, and we got to take care of her, which is another thing. They take care of each other, which is good. More regular churches, groups should do that. But they have plans. They don't just think, all right, we're going to go check on people. They know you're going to go check on these 5 people and report back to this guy. You're going to go check on these 3 families and report back to him. And they have, some of the wards, I don't know if they all do, but they have signals that they can fly, off their mailbox or whatever, everything's okay here, or we need help. And then that way you don't even have to knock on doors to do a quick check. It's very good, very organized. I really appreciate it. So preparedness, community-mindedness, a sense of family, that store food, moving to an area to be near people of like mind. These are all things that we could all benefit from, not to mention strong faith. Right? Having a strong faith. One of the things we taught I was an Army SEER instructor, survival, evasion, resistance, and escape. And one of the things we taught was that you have to have faith in something other than yourself if you're going to make it through really hard times. Because when you're all feeling sorry for yourself and broken down and beaten, you just need to know that there's something bigger than you out there. So, strong faith, that's important. That's an important survival trait. All right, some things to think about. If you want to comment on those things, have at it. We're not having any bad comments about people, though. All right, hey, probably won't see you out here, but maybe I'll see you out there.